Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sajabana channel. This is Sajabana Games. So today we're playing Badlands Crew. It's very similar to Bomber Crew, Space Crew, and Boat Crew. If you've played those games, the artistic style, gameplay, it's all very similar. So you start in your citadel, and it just kind of cuts scenes and plays music, right? And your basic area is just like most of those other games I just mentioned, because it's by the same developers, I do believe. You can come here, you can recruit people and have like your standby recruits, like you can recruit different people and stuff like that. You have your reserves, so those are the people you've already recruited but you're not currently using. And then you have your crew, where you can essentially apply skill points, give them basic gear. They can have up to 5 elements of gear, and you can control their perks. If they have multiple perks, you can equip their perks and stuff. And then you can swap the order. First is your driver, then comes like your lookout, and then you have your weapon stations. So after that, you have your garage, where you can modify your war rig, basically your truck, right? Um, that's gonna drive around. Here's the basic layout. In the beginning, I've modified it, but you start with kind of this thing in the middle here. You got like a water container and a hose and a compressor, and you'll have like 3 weapon stations. Now these stations are upgraded. I added these wood things here to help reduce damage to my guys, and I've created an extra storage bin so I can collect more scrap per mission. Um, so that's all I've done so far to modify. You can see here you have weight limits, fuel limits, stuff like that. Um, so, anyways, let's do a quick mission. You have your storage as well, but those are just things like your weapons you've taken off and things like that, things you've crafted but or found and are not using. Right. So here's some storage. Some of these are just unlocks. You don't really do anything with them. You just keep them. But yeah. So missions. What is the gameplay like? So here's the map. You start with your stronghold, and you have your different areas. You can pick your missions around the area. So defeat Vulture faction enemies in Jawbone Pass. Let's try that. So I'll say, and looks like we can get a training mission or training manual, XP, scrap metal, and old tire rubber. All right, let's hold that. Begin the mission, and we'll take a look at what a mission looks like. So this game is basically, like I said, in the Crew family of games, Bomber Crew, Space Crew, Boat Crew. However, this one is kind of like a Mad Max War Rig kind of feel, or like what was the latest Mad Max movie? Now I can't, for some reason it's not on top of my mind. Furiosa. So basically, use R and F by default. You just increase your speed, right? You just pick up speed. You steer with Q and E by default, and but you go out. You got your mission objectives. You want to pretty much go eliminate the opponents on the map, right? That'll be driving around. Now there are more bad guys than the mission objectives, so some are optional, some are coincidental encounters, stuff like that. And I think once or twice from exploring, I found uh, some extra pickups that I was not anticipating. So here we go. So these guys are not necessarily my specific mission objective, but we're gonna go after them anyways. All right, we got that one. Got that one. So extra scrap and XP, and took no real damage. Now I believe our objective is this way. And there was a bad guy back there, but we're not really worried about that person because we do have limited fuel. So I don't want to just explore the map randomly because, if you run out of fuel, you can lose your mission. Kind of like in Bomber Crew and the other games. If you run out of fuel, you end up stuck and you lose your mission. So we can accelerate here. You can see there's also like a radiator temperature and fuel there if our engine is damaged, or if we're just pulling a lot of weight. I believe the temperature will increase. But also, as we take on fire, our engine will become more sensitive to temperature. We got a leaky radiator. Gotta worry about those things. And I think, yeah, tab will speed up time. So we're not actually speeding up the driving, we're just speeding up time. And I think the driver will manage a little bit on his own. So, like you just saw, he steered to keep us on the road. So sometimes he'll, you know, take intelligent action there. But you can, highlight the crew. You can revive fallen guys. You can repair parts of your rig. Um, but I'm still pretty early on in the game, so I haven't unlocked a lot of customization and weapons and things. But it's a fun game. Like I said, if you like the crew style games, you like the style and just a simple whoops. If you enjoy this world, maybe not as fun as the Mad Max game itself, which was actually pretty good. If you like the Mad Max movies, you like video games, kind of that wasteland thing. Mad Max was a really good kind of like combination of survival crafting, combat, um, kind of racing and demolition derby types, combat racing, plus other hand-to-hand combat and stuff. It was just a good game, the Mad Max game itself. I enjoyed that for a good while in reality. Oh, so what's this? Our driver is taking us where? My return is to base. Let's see here. I can manually steer, but sometimes the driver will like take over and drive the rig. Anyway, so our objectives are complete. We can return to base. If we see anything on the way back, we can pick up an extra kill or two for some more scraps and resources. We can, um, take the risk if we want the reward. I did also see before in this game there are like sandstorms you don't want to get caught up in. Um, but I don't see any at the moment. Basically, big old you'll see they'll go into the sky, but on the ground they're basically sandstorms or like tornadoes, and they'll muck with your steering and visibility, and I believe they'll even cause damage. So, anyways, let's head towards the base, which is returning is a requirement. But we'll also maybe pick up an extra kill or two because we really haven't suffered any damage or barely any damage so far. So let's see if we can get there. I see some lights, maybe some other combat in the distance. Let's check it out. We got plenty of fuel, so let's see what's going on over here. Can't turn down a good fight and an opportunity for more XP for our crew. Alright, now we're wandering into a different territory. Oh, there is a storm brewing. Okay. So there's the weather. As I mentioned earlier, looks like our guy is getting a little bit damaged, but just the one. There we go. Are there more? Should we head home or what should we do here? we still got tons of gas. Let's. Whoa, oh, that's not good. No. See there, they got damage our rig. I'll try and stay out of that storm though. There we go. Got him. Optional objective, reach the relic. Oh, what relic? Alright, it's letting us know we're probably driving a little too fast. We're gonna risk damaging our engine. Alright, we're gonna let things cool off. I believe the relic is. Oh. Yeah, we'll cut through the storm a little bit. I think we can manage. I think if we pay attention, we can avoid the lightning. Ooh. We'll just steer to avoid those lightning strikes. We're only about halfway through. But we're almost to this relic, so that's good. Let's make sure we steer clear of the lightning. Oh, I think this is the relic right here, coming up. Oh, so, oh, okay. What's our command station? We want to identify. Oh, I can't see it. I'm too close. Okay, fine. Here we go. Alright. As long as I don't have any lightning buildup. There you go. Scan the relic. Okay. Uh-oh. Is it gonna... Do I collect it now, or what? Oops, 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 oops. Alright. Now it's time to go back to our citadel. And it looks like the storm is over. Woohoo. Alright, letting us know if we can't pick up a relic, it'll be available to bring back to base next time. So, anyways, this is Badlands Crew, a low poly kind of Mad Max like game where you build a war rig truck and you explore the wasteland, do complete missions, build your crew XP, collect parts, and modify your rig. And that's yeah, that's the game. So it's fun. Like I said, if you enjoy the other crew style games, it's going to be right in line with what you would expect, just in a different fictional universe, different world. So, but it's fun. It's a fun little game for sure. Um, Definitely worth it on sale on Steam. So yeah, I got this here this weekend. So if you enjoy these style games, pick it up on sale, give it a try. So until next time, this is Sajabana signing off. Have fun gaming.